Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. For those who are joining on YouTube, Facebook, and hopefully possibly on TikTok. How's everybody doing here tonight? I'm your host, HCS. We're going live here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. For those who don't know, we talk about all aspects of spirits, uh, cryptids, anything you can think of. We talk about it here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, and we also have short reels on TikTok under HCS895, where I have a lot of short reels of the things that I capture when I go do my investigations out in the woods. I capture a lot of spiritual activity. Uh, hope everybody is doing great. Uh, if anybody is viewing on TikTok, added it to this. I do have an account on TikTok. It's under HCS895, which I have a lot of show reels there. And this is Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Let me go send a link to my co-host, my cousin, Jesse Carvajal. How you doing, brother Joel? I hope you're doing great, brother. There we go. I hope you're doing great in the UK, brother Joel. Hope everything is fine. I see you got we got you hooked up, going running good there. Yeah, I got this pretty nice shirt that I got today on. Let me see if I can share it before cousin Jesse comes on here, so y'all can see the shirt. Uh, there you go. We got a lycanthrope werewolf, slash what people want to call a dog man. Here's the print of it, man. Pretty nice. Over here it's got a claw. I just wanted to share the print for those that are viewing here. Hope everybody's doing great. Let me see if cousin Jesse is ready. Send him the link. Hopefully he'll join. Yes, we go live here, Spiritual Equipment. We try to go live just about almost every day. We do a live, but it's been a rough 3 weeks for me and the family. We lost a loved one, so I hadn't been doing lives there for a while. We just started back up this past Sunday. Was the first live we had in a while. We had a loss of a family member that passed away. So we're trying to get back in the rhythm of things. Um, I just added this to my TikTok. Um, Maybe there's some viewers that'll view from TikTok. Trying to get to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Um, I know sometimes I say you're not supposed to say certain things on about the channels or anything like that, but right now I have it the for stream set up for YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So what I'm going to do is send the links uh, with this live to the groups that I'm affiliated with, and I'll keep an eye for. Oh, there's cousin Jesse right there. You know, we got a duende Jesse. What happened, Jesse? How come your screen is so small?
Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Let me transform back to normal size. There we go.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Nice to see everyone here. Hello Rio MMA. Hello Josephine Cias. Hello Joe Burgess.
How you doing,
Welcome.
Prima? Josephine, how you doing? I'm going to share the link to a couple of pages or groups that I'm affiliated on Facebook with, or that allow me to share my content on there. You know, you know, being in a lot of groups sometimes could be like a doggy dog world because there's some people that are going to like the works that you do, and of course, there's always people that are going to they're going to dislike the works that you do.
Welcome,
But
Walks
you know,
with
sometimes
Beer. Welcome.
in life you just got to move on forward. Don't worry about the haters.
What's
You
up,
just move on
Tua?
forward in life. You know, can't dwell on what the haters think.
Well, if it's a dog eat dog world cousin in here, I'll be the one wearing the milk bone underwear. They can come to me.
There we go. We got the TikTok now, live on TikTok also, I think. I don't know if it's gonna show it there or not. You know, I can go check it out, but you know, I'm just gonna leave it like that for right now. So we got YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. You know,
Awesome.
maybe one day I'll stream it on Instagram also. But for
What's
right
that?
now, we're just in the three.
Smurfy? ¿Qué pasó, loco? Ya llegó el Smurf.
Joel,
We got
my cousin
we, we got Jokey
Josefina.
Smurf in here.
We got Walking with Very Real MMA. The regulars that normally pop up here, you know. No, it's a Friday. You figure, maybe people were out there clubbing. I don't know, or maybe we're. I told cousin Jesse that I felt like doing a late night not live like we used to do back in the day when we go live late at night between 12 to like 3 in the morning. Uh, I know that I can go that as much as I can, but I know I got some things planned for tomorrow that I got to do. But we'll see. Right now I'm
I'm
wide
gonna,
awake, so we're going with it. DDN, Beastly Manifestations. I wanted to
yeah, I'm gonna
share
go.
uh, the shirt real
Good, good.
quick one more time before we continue that I got here.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta drive out to Waco in the morning, man, with Gilbert.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
I got it's got a
I
claw
like
there.
that shirt. Like that shirt, cousin.
Yeah,
That's a kick-ass shirt, man.
yeah. So I put on for tonight. Uh, just I was gonna save it for Werewolf Wednesday, and I said I could always wash it and reuse it for Werewolf Wednesday. We got Lulu Collistet here. How you doing, Lulu?
Ah, you're
And
live on
yes,
TikTok, cousin.
there you go.
Cousin, primo, mira, you're live on TikTok.
Oh, there we go. I,
Uh
awesome. We're live on TikTok.
oh.
Pretty awesome, man. They sent me a link. TikTok sent me a link that they wanted when I do my lives to go live there. So that was kind of pretty awesome, man. The TikTok sent me a link so I can go live there. That they want me to do lives there. So if I'm live on TikTok, how's the TikTok community? I have a lot of friends in the TikTok community that do a lot of crazy things. You know, some of the battle, they're pretty cool. Shout out to all my the people that I've subscribed to on TikTok that do some crazy things out there. But it's there's some that compete against each other, and I've been seeing the competition where they get those the TikTok world, pretty awesome. Um, and thank you TikTok for allowing me to be there. They sent me a link that they wanted me to go live there also, I guess. And here I am. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So we're getting a little bit bigger, right, than just being secluded to YouTube and Facebook.
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna see if I can share it, cousin.
Yeah, go ahead and share it.
Let's see. Share it to him, her, him,
So
her.
it's live on my account on TikTok,
Yes,
basically.
sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hey, for those TikTok viewers, man, check out the short reels. I got the short reels that I from TikTok. I can now share them if I can get onto my TikTok account. But I got a lot of spiritual evidence of this DDN that I speak of. That's an abbreviation for disembodied demonic Nephilim. You know, a lot of people that saying that they're seeing a lot of things in this world right now, like when they're talking about these drones that people are using at nighttime to make them think that they're UFOs, right? Uh, our government has that kind of technology. They've been having it. I'm a combat veteran. I used to be in the army. Uh, I was a tanker in the army. Uh, so I've seen all this drones and this high tech equipment while we'd be training. You know, tankers we train to fight the front lines. So I've seen all this kind of equipment that they have. When I see some of these videos that people are getting scared because they're seeing these drones flying around, the cops have drones. The cities, the police stations have drones that fly around in the sky, especially when they're searching for somebody. I remember I was doing an investigation one time in the woods during the day, and all of a sudden, this little drone just hovers right over me. And it's got a camera shining on me, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I'll go keep on walking in the woods doing my live. You know, I believe I was live on TikTok. I was doing my live, and it kept on following me around like it was watching my every move. I mean, the people that are catching these things, you know, they said some of these drones are big. Well, they can make them. They make them small, medium size, and big size. So they come in all sizes. I wouldn't uh, want you to live in fear to think that these drones are UFOs. Uh, I mean, there are flying objects that are created by man, but they are not UFOs. Now unless it's moving at a high rate of speed and you can hear the sound barrier break and it hurts your ears because the sound barrier breaks because it's moving so fast, then maybe you might have something there. You know, so when I see these videos and these things, you know, some of them that they move real rapidly, if something moves that fast, you will have to hear the sound barrier break because you know when something goes into Mach speed, the sound barrier will break and it will make a loud sound that is going to hurt your ears when the sound barrier breaks. Have you ever heard a sound barrier break before, cousin? When something is moving at a high rate of speed, how
Yeah,
does it
well,
sound?
we there's like a booming sound, man. It kind of like it's like a real loud boom. We got the Carswell Air Force Base here, and they do sorties all day, man. They train with their jets, so we hear that every day, man.
Yeah. Well,
Like a sonic boom.
those UFOs are supposed to move faster than the sonic boom. So you figured, right? If they're moving faster than a sonic boom, that it's going to make a very loud noise. But you know, it's not making no breaking no sound boom. So maybe what you're seeing out there is all a mind games. You know, like what do you call that? Those devices? The I think they call it the blue beam, but it's some kind of project where like it'll show something like something's there, and we see it a lot. You know, like I started noticing those things uh Halloween when they start setting up those projectors to show like a monster or something, you know, and it disappears and reappears. You see a lot of that, you know. So yes, we have all kinds of technology to be able to do things like that. But when people are dwelling too much on it and they're living in fear and the mind starts wandering off, well, I'm just here to let you know that a lot of the things that are happening is not real, as in uh, what people want to call aliens or identified flying objects. The government has this kind of equipment and technology uh, It's like the equipment that you see right now, they have equipment that's more advanced than that. That uh, they're still working on it, or they've been working on it. They already have it. So don't think that our government of the equipment that you see in the armies that that's the only equipment we have. We do have advanced equipment that's been already tested, right? Hello. There's my wife. She just got back from out of town. I was waiting for her just to see for her to make it home safely. So we got a request for a prayer, cousin Jesse. I don't know where cousin Jesse went. Sorry, Lulu, that your internet kicked you off. There has been a lot of things wrong with the internet ever since they placed this 5G towers. You know, there's been a lot of internet failing. But we got a request for a prayer for Mike D. He's in the ICU room, had a brain aneurysm pretty much. So
Oh wow.
uh, we're gonna do a prayer right now for Mike D.
Okay.
Uh, heavily, I think I hear static cousin out of your end. I know if you got your
It's
headset or
probably
not.
this right here. Let me get off the TikTok.
Okay.
There.
Heavenly Father, at this time we'd like to pray for cousin Josephine's friend Mike D. That had a brain aneurysm. We would like for the Heavenly Father to send His heavenly angels, protecting and healing, for him to be able to recuperate from the brain aneurysm. Heavenly Father, send your heavenly angels. Use Brother Mike as a vessel, brother. Heavenly Father, as a walking miracle. Bless him. Send your angels. We place 70 spiritual crosses on him from head to toe. We place 70 spiritual crosses on the windows and doorways of the ICU room that he's at this time. If there's any negative energies, unclean spirits, you're not welcome there. We tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. Please, Heavenly Father, help Brother Mike heal from this injury. This we pray in your name. Amen.
Amen.
So here we go. So I think I already showed the shirt. Right? I can show it.
Yeah.
I get the. There you go. Oh, so you're gonna be in Waco tomorrow, cousin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gilbert. He's gonna go bring his dump truck from Waco to the place where they park it. And he's gonna drive that way and then I'm gonna follow him back.
Oh, I see. Well, Waco is not that far away from Temple, man. Waco, Temple is like 30 more minutes.
Hmm.
Where I'm located at. I know we have some things to do in the morning, but I don't know. Just give me a holler, man. If y'all decide to come this way or something.
Well, I'll let
But
Gilbert know, man.
if you're just there for that, that's understandable. I know there's a lot of traffic right now on 35 because of the holidays. We haven't even
Gilbert.
set up a Christmas tree or nothing like that. But with everything that was going on, but we do plan to set up one maybe tomorrow. We still got to go to another thing for her mom's, you know, for at the church. They're gonna have something for her at the church for her mom, that
You're
passed
welcome,
away.
Josephine.
You're welcome, Prima. So we go. Sometimes Fridays is kind of slow. I know TikTok, they expect people to do some crazy stuff, but we're talking about DDN, basically manifestations. For those that don't know what a DDN are, they are the disembodied demonic Nephilim, the Nephilim that are created by the Watchers. How you doing, Sister Madeline
Wel-
Chat?
Welcome, Duende
That's
Queen.
our, there's a, how you doing today? I hope you're doing great.
District Riders forever.
So the DDN is an abbreviation for disembodied demonic Nephilim. For those that might be biblically inclined, the DDN or the Nephilim were created by the Watchers. The Watchers were uh, the the angels that were watching over mankind. There was a mission to watch over mankind, but they decided to sleep with earthly women, which when they slept with earthly women, the woman
Hi, Mr.
when
Anderson.
they slept with them and created the Nephilim, the women changed form. Some turned into harpies and some turned into sirens.
Hi, Nelly.
In which the Nephilim were created. How you doing, Sister Nelly? Uh, in which, as you all know, the Nephilim were destroying everything and other that was God's creation because that wasn't created by God. So they were destroying everything in the world, right? They were destroying everything, uh, eating animals, eating humans, doing all kinds of things in that nature. So God, talked to Noah, and that's when the big flood came and destroyed the Nephilim. They destroyed their vessels, which means their human form, right? The flesh, how they were created, that got destroyed. And I guess cousin Jesse looked into a little bit more of that. It wasn't just the flood that destroyed it, the Nephilim.
No, sir.
Gives a little bit of insight for the viewers, cousin, of what you
It says,
understand of what else
it
happened to
says,
the Nephilim.
it says in the book of Giants, man, that before the flood came, God sent his archangels to kill some of the Nephilim, and they bound the watchers that were their offspring,
I don't
their
see.
parents, and made them watch as they were being killed, and then they turned them against each other so that they could kill each other, man. And once they died, their soul was immortal. So since God created heaven, the earth, and the realm of hell, He did not create a space for the Nephilim because they were a byproduct of the Watchers. So they couldn't go to heaven and they couldn't go to hell. So they were doomed to roam the world, man, for eternity to the end of time when everything would be come where everything would come to pass, man. Where everybody was going to be judged. Hold on, man. I'll be back.
So yes, basically, the Nephilim got destroyed, in which since they were created by the Watchers and the Watchers went against the Heavenly Father, the Watchers became part of that one third, right? That went against God, which with Lucifer, which it became demonic beings. So the reason that the Nephilim still exist, I want to say still exist, as in they still exist in the spirit. They necessarily don't exist in the flesh, but that's what we call demons. The demons are things that possess people that are roaming here on earth. Is the 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 disembodied form of the Nephilim that they're still running havoc on this earth, trying to destroy as many people as possible on God's creation. Because we are God's creation, we're our people. They're created by God. We're children of the light. So yes, they're pissed off. So they have abilities to demonize, to possess, and try to destroy as many mankind as possible, as many people as possible, because they lost their vessel, so they want to how should I say uh bond as many people as possible and destroy as many people as possible because they will never make it into the kingdom of heaven, right? So they're trying to stop us from making it into the kingdom of heaven. So there's a lot of things in that nature that are said here in our society to set us up for failure. So we have to awaken spiritually to be able to
Hello.
fight. the good fight,
Cousin.
which is spiritual warfare. Go ahead, cousin.
Also, they what what they want what the Nephilim, the disembodied Nephilim want, man, and that's why they try to possess people. Is they want a body so that they can be worshipped like they used to be worshipped when they had their old body. That's why they go around taking possession of a lot of vessels, where their job is to possess the vessel, take the soul. That is their mission. They are the original super soldiers.
And you see it, how many people they have control of. You see it in Hollywood, you see it in the music, you see it in politics. There's a lot of people that are literally being used by this Nephilim because they have full control of these people because of the spiritual openings that they have. That's why I always tell people uh, to always maintain a heavenly love foundation. And I'll say it like that, a heavenly love foundation, which will mean have a relationship with Jesus Christ, with the Heavenly Father, right? And I'll say it at that because even first they try to take the rainbow. What the rainbow really means is that God promised
Not to
on
flood
the
the
sign
earth.
of the rainbow that He will never flood the earth again, right? That's a sign what the rainbow means. They try to take that away from the Bible, and then the woke movement want to take away the heart, right? The heart that they're talking about, the love that they're talking about is not heavenly love. It's the love of sin. So there you go. There's a lot of people that are being spiritually bonded, that they want the wrongs, just like in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, to be right. So there's DDN and anything else affiliated with the DDN, the Legion, everything can run havoc on Earth. And that's what's happening right now, brothers and sisters. For those that haven't been watching, yes, and they have created AI to to deceive people, right? So don't. What I'm trying to say to you is be careful what you're watching through AI because that's not how the DDN look. What the AI is showing, uh, that's all to deceive people. They want people not to focus in the spiritual aspect of things. They don't want people to be aware that they have spiritual gifts within them, right? Uh, so one of the spiritual gifts that I'm talking about is the spiritual gifts of discernment. The only way you can obtain the spiritual gift of discernment, brothers and sisters, is through forgiveness. Through forgiveness, you have to forgive anybody in your past, anybody that you have hatred or anger. When you have hatred and anger, there's a spiritual opening that this unseen forces that I'm speaking of can use to come up against you. If you have, if you're believing in these things, whether it's cryptids or whether it's people that don't want you to believe in Jesus Christ or whatever somebody's trying to create to go against God, basically, or Jesus Christ. All those are things that they can use, right, to stop you from your spiritual gifts of discernment. Fear factor. We've seen the fear factor for a couple of years now.
Okay.
Coronavirus and all that,
Be
brothers and
back.
sisters. Uh, we've seen that through fear factor. You know, fear is one of the things that they try to use. Why? Is it really for the creators of AI or is it uh what are they do they use the fear factor? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're trying to help out this unseen forces that I'm telling you they have a lot of people bonded or you could say possessed, go ahead, because that's what some people believe in, right? Uh fear is a spiritual opening that they're using to try to uh bond people. You would say how what AI is primary example of that. Look at all these creatures that they're creating through AI. AI is a distraction because in reality, and I have the real zeal of how the DDN truly looked like in spirit form. You know, I have a lot of videos here, and I might share a couple of them here tonight to show you how a DDN manifestation is not something that's created by man. It's something that's been here for a very long time because their vessel, the body got destroyed. So the remains of it, that was left of it, it's spirit, which is demonic. So they have the capabilities to manifest into any form, to literally manifest, to take a form of anything that you can think of. It can read your mind. If you're a fear of a spiders, it's going to turn to a spider. If you're afraid of scary movies, it's gonna go to the whatever you fear is going to manifest that to just for the fear factor because fear is a spiritual opening. So basically, you do the opposite of what they're trying to do, which if they want you to be angry, be happy. If they want you to be afraid, have no fear. They want you to believe in what you're witnessing because it looks so realistic. Don't give it power of belief because they'll use that as a spiritual opening to attack. Let me see. I'm going to see some of this comments here. Yes. How you doing, runner? Let me catch up to the comments, brothers and sisters. For those that are tuning in here from other locations, well, I'm here speaking in truth to what I witnessed, and I do have videos to prove how this DDN look, and they don't look like the AI crap. I'll say it like that: the AI crap, the placing out there. You know, it's they don't look like they're in spirit form, but they do have the capability. You know, because you have a spirit, I have a spirit, so it becomes more of a spiritual battle that we have to fight spiritually against these things from the other side of the balance. You know, I've had numerous encounters all throughout my life with some of the agents, these demonic agents that come from the other side of the balance. I've had my encounters when I was a kid. I've had my encounters when I was in the military, but I still remained with my faith and belief in Jesus Christ. No matter what was said to me or what was offered to me, I maintain my faith and belief in Jesus Christ. That's why I do this spiritual works, trying to awaken my brothers and sisters uh, spiritually to be able to fight this spiritual, unseen spiritual war that's amongst us right now. How you doing, Sister Cynthia? Hope you're doing good tonight. I know cousin Jesse went somewhere. I don't know where it went to, but I'm going to continue on. Um, but yes, the DDN. The first time I'm going to share a story with you. The first time I witnessed a DDN, which is a disembodied demonic Nephilim. I was a kid. I didn't know what I was witnessing. Right. All I know is where I come from. I come from South Texas in the Rio Grande Valley, and we had two chicken coops where I would go with my grandfather and I would go collect the eggs. And he was already old. He was like 75 years old or possibly 80. He was up there in age. Uh, and I remember we were standing underneath a big blackberry tree and it was raining out there. We had already collected some eggs from one of the chicken coops. Then we were going to go collect the eggs from the bigger chicken coop, which was like a little cabin, you know. So you could hear the chickens clucking in there, you know, like making all kinds of noise. And he was saying that there was a possum or a weasel, you know, trying to kill the chickens. So he grabbed the stick. He picked up the stick and he told me, "Wait here." You know, he told me, "Wait here. I'll be right back." I'm going to go scare the possum away, right? This is that's what my grandfather. I think tomorrow, son, we're gonna set it up. All right, just put it up here for right now. So my grandfather just way here. So my grandfather was already old, walking real slow. He went up into the chicken coop. As he went into the chicken coop, I'm standing underneath the blackberry tree with, and it's pouring. It's raining hard. And next thing you know, I hear my grandfather yelling. He's screaming like he's in pain. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm thinking that the possum is attacking him. So I pick up a little stick. I was that time I was 5 years old. I picked up a stick from the ground, and in my mind, I said, I'm gonna go protect fight the possum, protect my grandfather from the possum. So I went into the chicken coop. As I walked into the chicken coop, it's dark in there. Uh, you see the chickens, but it's dark, like super dark in there. And as I walk in there, I seen my grandfather. My grandfather is elevated up in the air. Uh, Elevated up in the air. His body is up in the air. Scratches are coming out of nowhere on his body, brothers and sisters. I'm talking about his clothes is ripped off of him. He's like literally in his underwear. His shirt got ripped off of him. The pants got ripped off of him. The shoes, everything. He was literally in his underwear, and scratches were appearing all over his body. Like he was getting scratched in threes, right? Big scratches were just appearing all over his body. And I'm trying to see what's causing this. I'm not seeing no possum in there. So as I'm standing there, then I finally seen there's nothing that's got him elevated in the air, like picked him up, like physically. I seen what was doing this to him. It was we call it a dark shadow, a dark muto. It was very tall. I would say, I was 5 years old. To me, it was tall. Uh, Man, it was like humongous, very big, very wide. It was looking at me. I'll say like 10 to 11 foot tall or taller. It was looking at me with red eyes. I could see the red eyes looking at me, and it's looking at me. I'm looking at it, but I'm not fearing because I've always felt the presence of the heavenly angels around me. So as I'm looking at it and I'm not fearing it, it gets pissed off because I'm not fearing it, right? Normally, somebody that sees a situation like that, they're going to take off running. Me, I wasn't afraid because I was there for my grandfather to help on my grandfather. So that thing got mad because it couldn't see a spiritual opening in me. So it dropped my grandfather onto the ground, and my grandfather was bleeding everywhere. It dropped it on the ground. He looked at me and he lunged at me. When it lunged at me, it's coming at me in the form of smoke, of black smoke, but it's not literally black smoke. I would say it's in disembodied form. So it's just lunging towards me. I'm still standing there with no fear, and I'm sensing the heavenly angels around me. You know, instead of hitting me, it took a left in front of me. It broke a window. It had some kind of power that it broke a window, it made a little hole in the window, and all this smoke, or should I say, spirit of this DDN, went out through the hole that it made on the glass. All the smoke went out through there. By then, I hear my uncles and my grandmother saying what's going on. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And the only thing I could tell them was el bulto negro, which means dark shadow. But I believe that what was there was either, they're demonic in nature. That's their nature. But I believe that was a DDN or something. DDNs are demons, demonic. Well, they're an offspring of, they're offsprings, but they have demonic capabilities.
Welcome, Morgan. Welcome, Cynthia. How you doing?
How you doing, Sister Morgan? We got walking through Bear. Well, it's a true event that happened to my grandfather. What happened is he was bleeding. He had so many deep gashes in his body that they had to put him. They took him to the hospital, and he was all stitched up. I mean, he had got deep cuts, man. I'm talking about deep cuts all over his body, his arms, his legs. When my grandmother asked him what happened, and I said the tornado, he looked down and they asked him what happened. He said that the possum attacked him. The possum ain't gonna tear your clothes up like that. He's not gonna rip your clothes and have you in boxers. So just by him saying that's impossible. The possum is not gonna rip your clothes off your body like that. And the cuts that he had on his body were very wide. There wasn't the cuts of a possum, the claws of a possum. Deep gashes that he had to get a lot of stitches that day. After that, a spiritual attack. Uh, my grandfather was not the same no more. It was a very. I guess if I wouldn't have showed up in there, most likely he would have been eliminated from the face of this earth that day. Whatever jurisdiction this DDN had there, or whatever what was going on, you know, they attacked my grandfather. It was a demonic attack. The reason I know it was a demonic attack because I ran into something later on while I was growing up that they asked me if my grandfather had ever gone spiritually attacked by a demon, and he was laughing. But that's a different story. That I can tell you how they can infiltrate. Like I said, they can manifest into anybody. They can manifest to look like you, cousin Jesse, like one of your loved ones. They can mimic voices. That's why it's important to maintain a heavenly love foundation because through the spiritual gifts of discernment that are given to you for forgiving, which forgiveness is part of love, when you're blessed with those spiritual gifts by Jesus Christ, Heavenly Father, then you're going to be able to see the true nature of the spirit, right? Of the spirit or spirits that you'll know if somebody's being infiltrated or that they have a negative attachment. You're going to know, and you're going to know exactly what to do to be able to fight them spiritually when you get blessed with the spiritual gift of discernment and the Heavenly Father guide you spiritually. Sometimes will let you know ahead of time, brothers and sisters, when you're going to get involved in a spiritual encounter or something's coming your way. He warns you of things that come your way, right? He wants you to be prepared. So when something comes your way, you already know exactly what to do to be able to fight it spiritually. And those are the things that the Heavenly Father has blessed me with, is these capabilities to be able to do the good works. That's why I'm here. I've been here laying low on TikTok. For those that are real on TikTok, uh, for a very long time, and I've been seeing all the bad activity on TikTok. You know, I don't know what kind of rules they have there, and so I know I have to be quiet, not say too much because I don't want to offend anybody. Because I do have short reels TikTok there. So for those who don't want to view on TikTok or comment on TikTok, because I know things are pretty. The comments, you got to be careful because they can ban you, I guess. You're more than welcome to come join me on the Restream Live. We have a chat and you can comment whatever you want to comment there. For those that are, if they are tuning in on TikTok, I know we're streaming live over there right now.
I can take it.
And, that's one thing that I need to work on is try to open up. on be on more platforms. You know, yes. Well, if you've seen it, prima, it's because those things been running havoc in our bloodline for a very long time. Those things that I'm speaking about has been in our bloodline. You know, that's why I'm trying to tell you that some generational curses, right? That's where they come from. That's why forgiveness is part of love. Because if you forgive, what do you do when you forgive? You cut all the negative ties. Anything that has ever happened, you cut those ties, which means you're closing those doors that this DDN or anything that's unclean might be using from jumping from generation to generation. You're making a spiritual stance against it. You're taking authority over it in Jesus Christ's name, and if you're not allowing somebody's wrongdoing or somebody dealt with somebody or dabble in something, you're not allowing it to affect you or your next of kin. Man, some of the when we talk about manifestations, uh, I'm telling you, I'm going to share a story with you in a moment. I'm going to let cousin Jesse say a couple of words here of all this that we're speaking of. Maybe he might have something to say to the audience.
Well, I missed most of the conversation, man. I was doing other stuff that my mother needed done, man. So
Oh, okay.
where are we right about now? Hi, cousin Ivy, how you doing? Right now, man, including myself, you have the 3 viewers on TikTok, man.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Oh, and I think I got you a new subscriber on YouTube.
Okay, cool. So, let's talk about some of the manifestations that I've seen. You know, because like I said, I battled in Elms Grove for I've been battling all my life since I was a kid. To be honest with y'all, so I've been in that. You know, when people say you're not about this life, well, I've been involved in fighting spiritual warfare for a very long time since I was a kid, all the way up to now. Like I said before, even before I witnessed what happened to my grandfather, I had already been fighting spiritually with brujas and brujos, dark witches from Mexico, when I was 3 years old, when I was staying with a curandera in Mexico. So I've seen how they are together as a sisterhood, the brujas, which they're in numbers, 6, 12. Um, they do have capabilities. But that's one of my first spiritual battles, brother and sisters, was when I was young. Something always they were coming after me, right? When people don't think that a child can be targeted spiritually, they'll come after you, right? Because they came after me. I think I hear the stories where I'll be asleep on the bed, and when they come looking for me, I'm gone, that they can't find me. They're searching everywhere for me, and then next thing you know, they find me in between the mattress and the box spring. And those mattress and box springs from back in the day, they're pretty heavy because they had those
Feathers.
what do you call those coil springs in the box in the bed itself, right? So that's what they were finding me, barely breathing, almost purple from the face, where I guess I'm not getting enough air or whatever. But that's what they were finding me. So as I grew, I started noticing that witnessing these things. My brother got sick. I got, there was the doctors from the states didn't know what was the matter with him. They said they couldn't cure him. He had high fevers. I was hallucinating, seeing snakes, spiders. I was jumping off the ground, jumping on the beds, and He was always falling down because of saying that the spiders and the snakes were attacking him. But he had high fevers. This is in the 70s. I'm from 69, and this happened in the early 70s where the doctor said that my brother was going to pass away. So Aunt of mine took us to Reynosa, right, in Mexico, to a curandera. The curandera said she could heal my brother, but if she healed him, that I would have to stay with her. I don't know how long I stayed with her, but we were poor, we had no money to pay her, so that was going to be the payment that I was going to stay with her for however much time that she needed me there for, right? So that's exactly what happened. Uh, I see when she healed my brother. For those that don't think that there's the spiritual aspect of things, well, I witnessed it where my brother got healed, brothers and sisters, where my brother had fallen down so many times from the high fevers that his arm was messed up. His arm was like this, and his left leg was messed up also from from the high fevers and falling down, thinking it's a spider or a snake attacking him. I seen when she healed him. She had it was a hut. It was a hut, and the floor was dirt. The first one was like she had two rooms, the where you were enter, and the second room was where I guess you would sleep. But at the same time, she had a little altar where she would put the sick patients up there. But she healed my brother when she grabbed this egg and with over a fire, she was praying and doing this thing with an egg, and when she cracked the egg, there was this little black bird that came off of there, and it had a broken wing and a broken leg. But my brother was here. Basically, she used that to put the maldad, the wrongdoing that was done to my brother, into the egg. She said exactly who did it. She said the name of the person. The name of the person's name was Maria. That she was a dark witch, and she said what she was going to do is send it back to the sender, in which she sent it back to that person. Uh, what happened, brothers and sisters? I see my brother leave. He left. He took him. I see my mom leave, and I stayed there with her. This medicine woman, you could say she was so old that she was most likely from the times of Pancho Villa, because she had a bullet in her hip, I guess, where she would walk with a limp, and she had the bullets that she would wear like
The
this across,
bandoleras.
and she
They
white.
were called bandoleras.
Yeah, yes. What are they called, cousin?
Bandoleras. Mm-hmm.
Bandoleras. Uh, that's how I remember her. I remember all the people that would come to her to get healed. A lot of people were coming to her where I was see the craziest thing I seen, because I was like her spiritual eyes, because I was innocent. Was when a man came in there, he was very ill, and I seen her spirit, spiritual energy, her spirit enter the man's body to certain areas where he was feeling sick. In these areas where he was feeling sick, I started seeing these dark shadow figures, which I believe that he might have been infested with DDN or something demonic that they came out of his body. So everywhere she touched them, there was one that was coming out. So I seen four of them, just like the ones that I captured, that I have on my short reels. I seen four of them come out, and they were standing there, and she was telling them to leave. She couldn't visually see them, but I could see them. So I'm looking at them, and some were taller than the others. They had a beastly look to them, but they were like in shadow form, or should we say, spirit form, right? Dark shadow, spirit, demonic, whatever. and I seen them leave the hut, and she's asking me, "Are they gone? Are they gone?" And she's still praying for the man, and a point where they went out the hut, and I went like this, and she was talking to me in Spanish. I couldn't understand Spanish, so when they left, this the man became better. Uh, yes, sister Josephine is part of my bloodline because her grandmother and grandfather were related to well, her grandfather was related to my grandmother. So yes, she's my cousin. Uh, I seen him leave, right, and the man became better, you know. But I've seen her heal many people in this nature. Some people, uh, when people talk about witchcraft and necromancy, well, there was a lot of witchcraft and necromancy happening back in the day like that, where people were placing hexes on people, people were summoning demons, whether it was this dark shadow figures, lechuzas, these demons that look uh like a giant turtle with red eyes, or the ones that look like a werewolf or a dogman or a lycanthrope. They will send them when they have a spiritual hit. We'll call it that way, spiritual hit. When they had a spiritual hit on the family, on the person, they send them to do their dirty works. You know, so I've seen a lot of spiritual battles. I've seen a lot of people get healed. Then I've seen them when I was in the outdoor restroom. I had just barely finished using the outdoor restroom. And I heard a woman calling my name. But before that happened, there was one evening that I was looking for her because she had a little bit for me and I couldn't find her. She wasn't in the room, but I could hear something happening in the other room. So when I went to the other room, I could see her standing in the doorway, blocking the main entrance. And I don't know what's going on outside, but I hear a lot of noises. I could hear like women saying something. I could hear whispers, and I could hear like a noise like that. So when I went up to her, got beside her, she's telling me go back to the room. What I witnessed is six dark witches standing on the ground and six lechuzas on top of the tree. And when they see me, they're telling her, "Give them to us. They give them to us." So what was going on, brothers and sisters, is that when she sent the wrongdoing that was done to my brother back to the sender, well, the sender was their leader of those witches, dark witches. So she passed away because she had wished death upon my brother. So she passed away. So they were there for revenge. Right? They were there for revenge. Uh, so she was telling her, "No, I'm not going to give them up to you all." And it became a spiritual battle. But I did not leave her side. Like I said, I was never really afraid because I know I could always feel the heavenly angels around me. So I stood beside her as we fought spiritually all night from like around 1 in the morning till like 3, 4 when the sun rose. When the sun rose, we fought. You know, I seen it when they flew. Those electricians flew away from the trees, and then I seen those other dark witches leave when the sun was rising. Uh, that was like my first spiritual battle that I was ever involved in. With what do you call her, Primo? I say curandera, but
No, Bandolera is one of the women that served with Pancho Villa. They would carry the bullets. But she was a
no,
curandera. No, primo,
yeah, she was.
it's like my first experience with seeing something like that, man. My mom and dad were still together. They hadn't broken up yet, man. We were staying with Uncle Joe in Chicago. And me and Joe, we were sleeping in the living room. and I got up to go to the bathroom, and I had to go through the kitchen. So I went to the bathroom, used the bathroom, came back out, and as I was crossing the kitchen, I see my brother Joe right there in the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, let's go play in the basement." I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm sleepy." He goes, "Come on, man, let's go play." And then his voice didn't sound like my brother, and his eyes looked kind of funny. So I told him, "Hey, man, okay, let's go, but you go in front of me, and I'll follow you." So he opened the door and went down the stairs, and I could hear him walking down the stairs. I walked down two steps, turned around, and went back to the living room, man. When I got to the living room, my brother Joe was asleep in the living room, man. And I know he didn't pass me, and he was asleep. So that was my first experience dealing with something like that, man, that was out to try to get me or something like that, man. It really creeped me out. I ain't never forgot. But like I said, it didn't sound like his voice. It looked like him, but his voice was a little different. I told that to a preacher, man. After I told him that story, he started avoiding me.
I'll be right back, cousin.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue with some stories, Scream. There's a werewolf. Watch
Yeah.
out. He's gonna bite
Here,
you.
puppy, puppy. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions so far of which I've heard? No, Cynthia, his eyes had a little red. They were a little red in color. The whites of his eyes weren't white. They were red, and his voice was not his voice. Had like a little growl to it. So I thought I'd play along with him, and then I let him go first. So just so he think I was coming to, I took two steps, and then I turned around and closed the door and went to the living room, and my brother was there asleep. You asked me one what, Cynthia? Yeah, that was creepy Eve. I uh I remember that, like, I'll never forget it. Like I said, I told that to a pastor one time at a church, and he heard and he said borderline possession, and then he just started to avoid me every Sunday that I would go to church. I tried to talk to him, and he'd go somewhere else. He didn't want nothing to do with me. Yeah, I could really tell that it wasn't my brother, but because, like I said, it wasn't his voice, and the eyes were red. It had a red tint to him, and he really wanted to go in the basement. So I thought, said, okay, let's go, but go in front of me, and I'll follow you. I could hear him running down the steps. He ran down the steps, and I just took two steps and turned around. That was before I saw that hand in the window in Mexico that didn't have an arm. It was just a hand, and that tapped three times on the. I tapped three times on the window, and I thought somebody was outside. So I opened the curtains, and all I saw was a hand going like this up on the window. It didn't have an arm; it was just a hand and a wrist. And of course, being a little kid, I think I was like 5 years old. I freaked out, started screaming and crying, and from then on, I got like a trauma or something. When it would start to get dark, I would start crying and screaming, and they couldn't comfort me. So my dad sent me to live with a blind brujo for about a year, and I remember him picking me up And I remember him bringing me back, but I have no idea what happened in that year that I was with him. I don't know what was done to me. I believe him because I've seen one. Is the feather through the stone, Joe Burgess? Welcome, X. Welcome. Is the feather through the stone? Yes, La Mano Peluda, Cynthia. Then from there, I went to Curias, Las Norias Curias, and had my first experience with a lechuza because there was no electrical lights. They just had torches, and I had only been there like 2 or 3 days, and I heard something go by whistling, so I whistled back, and my my primos over there told me no hagas eso porque va a venir por tus ojos, and for some reason, I guess he was telling the truth, and there were adobe huts with straw roofs, so the floors were dirt. I made a nest in the dirt and was peeking out through my blankets through a little hole, and I heard like feathers flapping, and then it landed in the yard. We had those doors that you can open from the top and from the bottom, in the front, and the same in the back. Yeah, that is some kind of witchcraft, Joe. So I heard it land, and then I kept looking toward where I was supposed to be sleeping in the bed, and then I saw a hand reach in there and start looking around that corner of the bed where I used to sleep, and then I saw the outline of a old lady look in, and she was looking and couldn't find me, but I was sleeping in the middle of the hut, away from both doors. So I believe that it followed me till when that lady died. But yeah, is it an eagle's feather? What kind of feather is it, Joe Burgess? We had kerosene lamps, exuberance, but they would be turned off when we all went to bed because of the fact of the smoke from the kerosene. On a good full moon's night, you could see the property, but when there was no moon, it was completely dark. If there wasn't torches, then yeah, you couldn't see nothing, man. It was completely dark. We lived up in the mountains, and you really didn't want to go to the bathroom at night because you had to go to an outhouse. I remember we used to have to re-mud the hut every 3 months. We'd have to make piles of mud and re-mud the hut because we had to keep those walls strong to support the roof. Yeah, I was like 5 years old, exuberance. I was really young. I went over there wearing Britannian bell bottoms and platform shoes with a silk shirt, man. I came back barefooted in shorts with no shirt, man. I couldn't even speak English anymore. So yeah, that's up to like I was 5 years old, man. I had witnessed already three different things, man, and it went on from there. I saw the double ganger of my brother. I saw the mano peluda, and then I saw that lechuza back in Curias. Oh,
on that.
now that my cousin's back, any
Go
questions?
ahead. Go ahead, cousin.
Well, I just finished telling the story about the lechuza. I went from when I saw my brother's double ganger, and I told him about it when I saw the mano pachona, and I just finished the story about the first time I got a well, I can't say attacked, but accosted by a lechuza. Yes, Cynthia, I had platform shoes. It was the 70s. That was the style of the time. Told you I had a silk shirt with flowers on it, man. I was wearing white Britannian bell bottoms. I had to have platform shoes. Yes,
I think
exuberance.
everybody had those platform shoes back in the day
Mm-hmm.
with the big old tacones.
Mm-hmm. I had a belt with three holes all the way around, man. It was
Oh yeah, I
white.
remember that those belts. They still sell
Mm-hmm.
those belts.
Yeah.
I think they had
But
three or
now,
four holes in them.
yeah. But now I got a belly and I can't wear those. I didn't have a belly back then,
And the
man.
holes we're talking about are not like this. They were downwards,
Mm-hmm.
and they
It
had
was
four
the belts
four
were thick
things.
like that.
You could put four. You had four things to put in the holes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Joel to tell me what kind of feather it was that was through that stone. Yeah, it's in the bloodline exuberance. We've all been, I guess, as you can say, accosted since we were very young. Hey, I was a hipster girl. I used to put that white brillantina. It came in a big old bottle like that, and it was white. That put it all in my hair. Now I had the Ricky Ricardo haircut. You know the haircut,
Uh,
Primo?
I think
Yeah.
he's talking about hair gel.
Hey man, you know the Ricky Ricardo, man. In Mexico they call it the Benito Juarez. You know, you got the part here, it's short here, then it comes this way and comes back.
Somebody sending me a pic.
Yeah, Joel Burgess said he found a stone with a feather through it. He was wondering if you knew if it was witchcraft or what. But I was trying to see what kind of feather it was, man. So you'll be getting the picture.
All right. Let me go back to y'all and we'll check it out. Let me let me share. Oh, let's bring this picture up here. There you go.
Is that an owl feather, Primo? Can you enlarge that?
Some, well, there's some stone here that's got a hole in it.
It looks like an eye. Can you enlarge that picture?
I think that's as big as that's pretty big on my screen right now.
Yeah, it's not big over here.
Let me see.
I mean, it's big, but I can't see what kind of feather that is. I don't know if that's an owl feather or what.
How
There you
about this?
go. What kind of owl feather is that, Primo? Looks like it's
What
been
kind
there
of
for a
fit?
while. Hey, Primo, aren't those
Yeah.
all little skulls right there? I see teeth on the one that's leaning against the tree. I see an eye
No,
hole, and
no,
then I
no.
see teeth.
No, no, there's those stones that have holes in them.
Yo, the one that's leaning inside the tree, it's got like a mouth open, and I see kind of like teeth. That one.
No, that's a leaf in
Oh,
here.
okay.
But it's a stone with a hole. Here's another stone here. It's got a hole. And there's another stone here. It's got a hole.
So that's an
But
offering stone.
this here is
I
in the
see two.
ground.
There's two
It's
feathers
stuck
there,
in the
Primo.
yeah. It's stuck in the ground. You know that's what it is. Stuck in the ground.
He said with one feather is actually two. What the hell is that?
It was
Dog.
him, but the picture's upside down.
Yeah, there's two
Yeah,
feathers there, Cuban.
it's actually two feathers. There might be another feather over here, what I see laying down. Because you
Hmm.
see the tip of it here?
Yeah, I see it.
There's another feather laying down here, so but I don't see no dead bird. So
Hmm.
but the way they got this little stone set up here, maybe it's a grave of a bird.
That or an
Somebody got a
offering stone.
or yeah, an offering. But this looks
Yes.
pretty weird here, this tree with the moss.
Mm-hmm.
The way this looks here, the tree looks freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like stockings of some sort. All right, that's a picture. Let me see what you're seeing on your screen. Okay, that's pretty good size. But we're eliminated from the picture itself. There we go.
What's up,
Give me a
Overbuilt?
second. Let me catch up to the comments real quick. Somebody said it looks like an offering, like a Fey
Mm-hmm.
offering. Somebody said those are skulls, but no, I think they're called like some kind of stone, like a worry stone or something like that. I think I have a couple of them that I got from a seller.
The hell?
Catching up with the comments. Okay, let's stop sharing that picture real quick. Now I've seen some weird stuff in the woods. Uh, this location that I used to go to. I have a picture, but I need to look for the picture to be able to share it with you. And maybe when I share the picture, I'll tell you the story behind it. But I need to find the picture. Let me see. I can find the picture so I can share it with you. So no picture in that location where those trees were and all the woods were. There's only one tree left. Was where I took the picture. That's the only tree that's left because they tore everything down, and I guess they're building something, some buildings over there or something. But it was in Elms Grove area. There you go, hagstones. That's the stone, hagstone. Yes, I think it's called a hagstone. Yeah, I got some. There's some of those stones like here in Texas also. Is those stones that have holes in them? Yeah, a hagstone. I got a story for y'all, brothers and sisters of this area. Maybe I'll share the story. Uh, well, I had bought my son during Easter two baby chicks that were colored blue, and I believe like one was blue and one was green. You know how they color them? So I had a little life for them and everything. I was keeping them in my home, and these little baby chicks were, they turned out to be little roosters. Literally, they were little roosters, and they started growing, which they would come sit on my shoulders and everything, But uh, they they poop a lot. So I told my son that I had a friend that had a location where I wanted to take them to him so they could raise them over there because they had a house and everything. Uh, but that we couldn't keep them in the house no more because you know we're not supposed to have uh those kind of pets inside the house. I didn't want to get in trouble in Elms Grove. So I went into an open field where these trees were, and had the cage where I had them. And I said that I was going to set them up on top of the tree in the cage. We're going to leave them overnight to see how they do. And when we go back the following day, that we're going to take them to my friend's house. We did that, and when we went back the following day to get the little roosters, the cage was on the ground, and it was the cage was still intact, but all the little roosters that were in there, they were gone. Like something, there was feathers everywhere. What was weird about that is underneath that tree there was like a stone underneath the tree, and the two the heads of the roosters were cut off, where the heads were there, where they cut the heads off of the roosters, but there was no body of the rooster or nothing like that. So I got out of there. My son was crying because there was his pets. I went home, and something didn't seem right about all that because there was no body, but there was heads laid on a brick, on the or a piece of stone where the heads were cut off. I went home, grabbed my machetes, and I was upset. Uh, so I went back there. I mean, one of the things that I witnessed that was out of the ordinary is the reason I found the location because there was nothing underneath the tree. So there was, what was weird about it is when we went back when we found the heads of the roosters, um, there was trees that were about 13 to 14 foot tall. Not big trees, but thin trees, like baby trees that had grew overnight. And there was like 13 of them underneath this tree and underneath this tree. So the only thing I could think is if those birds were used as a blood sacrifice, that these trees grew overnight, which that's impossible. So there was 13 trees that wasn't there. They were pretty big, and there's no way a tree is going to grow that way that fast. So I told my son to stay out in the open field. I went in underneath there with the machetes, and I started cutting the trees down. Right as I'm cutting the trees down, I witnessed something. I witnessed red coming out of the trees. Every time I chopped the one tree down, there was red coming out of the tree. Looked like blood. So I took out all those 13 trees that grew underneath the big tree, and all of them had blood. Every single one of them that I cut down had blood. So after that, it's kind of like I took some pictures, but I never really went back to that area again. Now I do have a picture of something from that area that I captured, but I'll have to look through my phone to be able to so I can share it with y'all. So yeah, there was no body of the roosters, whatever killed the roosters. I mean, even the cage was still closed. So what took the roosters? What killed them? No, it was something they cut their heads off. So I believe it had to do with something with the area, maybe a possible shapeshifter skinwalker. Uh, Something happened there for sure.
Sorry, cousin. I thought I heard some hooting outside.
So if I can find a picture in a moment, I will share with y'all. I just had to share the story. My son, by then he was already a junior. I think he was a fifth grade or sixth grade by then when all this happened with the roosters. Uh, Definitely some weird stuff there, especially when I cut down the trees that they were red, had red in them, man. Like blood was coming out of them. That was like it reminded me like it was just weird, you know. I know all I know was color red. My machete still have the stains of it. The machetes that I used uh, from cutting those trees. Uh, Go ahead, cousin. I'm gonna see if I can find that picture. I'm gonna send it to my phone through Messenger to be able to try to share it to the viewers of something that's there that looks kind of freaked out when we talk about dogman, how they manifest, or the different DDN, different manifestations. There's something in that picture, but I need to look it up so y'all can tell me what you think about it. So, let me look up that picture. Well, cousin Jesse wants to share a story with y'all. He can.
Right, right now, I'm listening, man, because I thought I heard hooting outside.
Hooting,
Yeah,
hooting like hootie hoo,
like hooty hoo. Yeah.
like at the club when they used to say
Hmm. No, no, cousin. Hooting like as a damn
lechuza.
tecolote. Mm-hmm.
So tecolote is another name for lechuza or owl. That's what you're saying, cousin?
Yeah, un tecolote, or that call them un tuculote. But it went away. I heard it hoot twice, and then it went away. It was close too.
Yeah, I hadn't eaten nothing all day, so my wife wanted to get something to eat. So you might have to take over when I go eat my food, man.
I'll do
Take
my
o-
best, man. We've been
take
on
over
for
to
an
some
hour and
stories.
28 minutes already.
Here we go.
So your wife actually saw the witch, Jewel?
She said, "Well, look like a witch or something doing a strange thing."
Hmm. So any questions anybody might have that we might be able to answer, I'll ask again. Well, my cousin gets ready to get his grub on.
Well, I'm gonna look for that picture, cousin. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to look for the picture that I'm was talking about.
Joel said he's got some videos as well when he went up with his multimeter. Let's see, where I leave off. I met the Lechusa when we were in Mexico. Came back to the States, and I think we were living at, yeah, when we finally moved out from my grandparents' house, when my dad came back from his long trip, we wound up living in a house that had 4 bedrooms. Me and my brother Joe finally got our own bedroom, and when we went to take possession of the bedroom, there was a big old blood stain in our room on the floor. And no matter what we did, we scrubbed at it with just about everything you could find: a scraper, knives. We'd try to mop bucket with a pine saw and Ridge Runner. And like I said, we scrubbed it with everything, even pine salt and water. We tried bleach, nothing would get that blood stain out of the floor. Then we started seeing a black shadow figure that would start coming from the alley and walk through the side of the house by the kitchen window. He would walk up to the porch, look through stand in front of the window. I guess he was looking through it, stand in front of the window, and then he would walk out the porch. And almost at the end of the driveway, there was a dead stump of a tree, and it would always disappear there. But then it caved inside, and we started all waking up with scratches. So we all decided to do the smart thing, and there was like 8 people sleeping in one room. Everybody was camping out on the floor. My mom and dad slept in their bed, and everybody else slept on the floor around the room. And then we would lock the door, thinking it would keep it from coming in. Then one night, my dad used to sleep by the window. He turned over, and he was looking through the window. I don't know what was standing there, but it scared him so bad he peed himself. So after that, we moved out of that house, and about a week after we moved out, that house burned down by itself. Nobody lived there. It caught fire. So yeah, pretty much been followed around all my life, man. Oh, the chat went silent.
Yeah, I know what's going on. I'm trying to find a picture, man. It's an old picture. I don't think I really showed, but man, I can't. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, that was the house when my dad's friend came to visit. That he said he did black magic. He showed me that trick when you stare into somebody's eyes and keep a blank mind, don't think about laughing or nothing. And if you look hard enough into somebody like that, you can actually see them transform into a demon face. Yes, it was demonic exuberance. And yeah, he taught me that trick. He did it out in the yard. We were by a curb, and when he was doing it, the light on the corner, the street light, it short circuited while he was doing that.
Tell him about the Smiley Man cousin from back home.
Well, I haven't made it there yet, man. I haven't made it back to Raymondville, man. Right now, I'm about 12 years old, still living in Fort Worth, man.
Oh, okay. You told you. I'm,
uh,
I'm, I'm trying to find a picture, man. I
then
have so
we
many pictures there that it's hard to find.
then we moved to another part of town, right between the elementary school and the middle school, and that was the time of when I first discovered Mary Jane. And I remember I had kept a little piece of the cigarette, and they sent me to find my brother. So as I'm walking to go find him, I smoke what's left of that cigarette, and I start walking through an alley trying to take a shortcut. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was the Mary Jane or if it really happened. But I started seeing these big old portals with red fire coming out and hands coming out trying to grab me. So I started jumping over the holes and stuff, and I went and found my brothers. But on the way back, I was really, really scared. It scared the hell out of me. Um, to the point that that night when I went to sleep, the room was spinning so bad. I woke up in the morning. I was on the porch, asleep on the concrete. This probably was the Mary Jane. That was like the very first time I had used. Not like the time where I smoked a whole one and got laughed at for a month because some battles were jumping me into a gang and into the gang, and they would ask me que si eres del norte, and I was the Mexican kid, man. To me, all my dad's music was from the norte, so I said no, I'm from the United States. Yeah. I think what I had was some Acapulco Gold. What I had from the night before. Yeah, it might have not been hallucinations, Cynthia. It might have actually happened because I was scared out of my mind. Yeah, man, these gangsters made fun of me, man, because they were trying to see if I was from North Side, and they asked me Sierra del Norte, and to me, all my dad's music was from the Norte, so I thought they were asking me if I was from Mexico. So I told them, no, I'm from the United States, and man, they laughed at me. I don't even know how long they laughed at me after that incident, man, but they went ahead and jumped me into the gang that day. That's got nothing to do with the topic, but let's see. Then after that, yeah, that's when I went over there to cousin Abe's house, and the first one I saw was the smiley man in the window. I was laying on a futon next to the window, and I just happened to turn to my left side, and I don't know what possessed me to open my eyes, and I see that thing in the window with the smiley face and the big eyes wearing a fedora. Scared the crap out of me. I turned around the other way and made pretend I didn't see it, and it was like scratching at the window with the screen. Went to the bathroom, and I could feel a presence in the bathroom and in his house. It's like if somebody was standing right there in front of the door, and somebody looking through the window where the shower was, and you hear somebody running on top of the house. The pounding on the floorboard, like something was trying to come in through under the floor. And it was a house full of teenagers, no adult supervision. And then the incident where I tried to be smart and stay away from the window, they threw the couch cushions on the floor. Growl. I threw some cushions on the between the bed and the couch where cousin Abe was sleeping, and in the middle of the night, something grabbed me by my calf and tried to drag me under the bed. Smurfy. Uh, yeah, it grabbed me by my left calf, man, and it was dragging me under the bed. So I started throwing punches at whatever was holding me, and it let me go. As soon as it let me go, I jumped up and turned on the light and looked under the bed. There was nothing there, but I had a big old handprint on my calf. Crossed eyes, face blinking, eyes blinking. Overbuilt. Yeah, that blew my mind. That one right there, man. Because they try to drag me, whatever it was, try to drag me under the bed. I don't know what it was to this day. We'd leave the house and you could see like the curtains moving, like something was standing there waving. If you stood at the front of the house, oh, that was that creeper weed, Smurfy. It always starts at the toes and goes to your head. If you stand in front of Primo Abe's house and look straight through the door, because the hallway ran all the way across to the back room, you could see like a little head on top of the doorway staring back at you. And when you went in the house, by the time you got there, it wasn't there no more. No, I never saw anything like that on acid, Cynthia. What I would see when I was on acid, I would see gremlins, and I would follow them all over Fort Worth. When I would come down, I'd be like in West Side or South Side or East Side. I was always somewhere walking, and I didn't even know how I got where I was. Yeah, for let me tell you, Lawrence, when I was living with my baby mama, there was a black shadow figure that would always stand in the corner of the room, and it got to the point where before I saw it, I spread my consciousness out all around the yard so I could hear anything moved and sense if anything was there. And that was a mistake I made because once I spread my consciousness out there, they started attacking me mentally. And, I started seeing that black shadow figure. It would always be right there in that corner. So I started sleeping with a gun under my pillow, man, not knowing that, that wouldn't do nothing to them. But yeah, I would sleep with a gun. I think it was a 38 under my pillow. Because my baby mama's yard where her house has four fenced in lots. And we're like maybe 100 yards from a irrigation canal. So, the Llorona appears there, and there were a lot of black shadow figures. If you were in the house and looking out the window, you can see black shadow figures just moving across like that, going down the backyard, man. So yeah, her house is haunted. Apparently, there's a doll that lives in the attic that runs around out there all night long. I wouldn't know that makes you see reptilian smoking. I mean, a Smurfy. It depends on what you're smoking on, man. You know how that goes. Depends on what you're smoking on. Yeah, this last time that I was staying out there, like I think it was like 2014 to like 2018, you could hear something walking in the hallways while you were asleep in my ex's house, and then you could hear the damn Llorona out there wailing because the canal was right down the street, man. Not even 50 yards. I hope oh, could have been Jupiter. Sorry, I'm behind on the comments. Yes, exuberance. I don't know if it was marked, but I'm thinking that it's in the bloodline because Abe and I kind of share the same story. We both Started seeing things young. We both stayed with. He stayed with a bruja. I stayed with a brujo. And we've seen things. I mean, right now I'm still in Raymondville. I barely got there, and I'm seeing things in his house. But it's not just his house because it's like there's a curse on that town. As soon as you drive into the city limits, you can feel like an ominous pressure that presses down on you. Everybody and their grandmother is a witch in Raymondville, man. Everybody and their grandmother is a witch. And then I came back to Fort Worth, and I was dating this girl who had a room upstairs in the attic, and you could feel a presence in the stairwell. Oh no, yes, exuberance. Even Abe will tell you, man. He got levitated, man. He got levitated, and when he woke up, his face was pressing the ceiling. And his little brother slept with him and woke up and saw him levitated, and he ran away. He ran off of that futon where they were sleeping on, and then whatever it was dropped Abe from the height of the ceiling back down into the futon or couch they were sleeping on. Exuberance. Yeah. You had a gray at your window, Lawrence. Was he asking you to make a phone call that he wanted to phone home? No, his little brother was really, really thin, man. He couldn't lift that much. Well, I don't know about you, Smurfy, what you did to fly, but I remember I would take a running start and jump up and grab the nearest tree branch and swing, 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 and I would let go, make a flip, and land standing up. Yeah, ET phone home. And Smokey, just so you know, I wore a towel around my neck when I did that because I thought I was a superhero. Oh wow, that's crazy, Lord. And see, there's the problem. This got Dyke in the middle of the name. I used to be able to climb palm trees back in the day, Smurfy. I climbed one afternoon because I was running from an ass whooping that my dad's aunt wanted to give me for beating up her son. Welcome, Jaime Alanis. How you doing? Smurfy. Yeah, it's demonic. Oh no, Cynthia, when I was like 13, almost 14, there was always I would always feel something sit behind me when I would lay down in my bed to go to sleep. I would always feel something sit behind me on the edge of the bed. So what I started doing, I started sleeping right on the edge of the bed. and not moving all night, and it wouldn't get in behind me because the rest of the bed was back there. For the longest time, I'm talking years and years, I always slept like that, facing the edge of the bed. And you know how I sleep. I already told you how I sleep. Well, almost 2 hours, people. We're doing good. Almost 2 hours. Oh, here's cousin. He's back.
Well, the government got fatter.
Because he
I
just
just been
had
sitting.
some. He just had some Whataburger.
I says, "What says the government got fatter? The stomach." I was hungry, man. Got me a double 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 meat with jalapenos, water burger. When I see the water burger, it kind of reminds me of the logo of Wonder Woman,
Yeah,
the W. I heard the stories you were talking about, cousin.
yeah, yeah. Everything that happened in your house, man.
Yeah, a lot of activity, man. It was always like that. Even when uh sometimes we're a lot more we're break, right? So we would send it to get fixed, and the grass will grow pretty high in the backyard, of which our house was 4 lots, which our house was one side of the lot, and my grandmother's side was on the other. But the grass will grow pretty tall because there's a lot of Johnson grass. So that grass will be taller than me, right? So there was times, even during the day, that where I'll be cutting the grass and I'll see a dark shadow pick peeking out, looking at me from the grass, and I look at it and it goes back down into the grass. But it wasn't like literally going into the grass. It was just appearing and disappearing. Like I guess at nighttime you could see them too, where like somebody's peeking their head out and then they duck down like they're going to hiding. But they like doing that, kind of like playing peekaboo with you. You know what it was? I don't know, but the only thing I know that they dark shadow figures, you know, manifesting that way to make us up to the comments, primo. Well, I heard you talking about acid or something, cousin.
Yeah, they were saying we were talking about the first time I smoked. That I went into an alley, man, and I saw portals being opened in front of me, and fire and brimstone coming out, and hands trying to grab me, and I was like running through the alley, jumping over holes, and I'm like, I don't even know if they were real or it was because I was high, but I remember I was scared. And somebody told, I think Cynthia said that it was PCP, and I said, or acid. I go, no, because I didn't see portals like that when I took acid. I saw gremlins, and I was following them all over Fort Worth. When I
So
come to
Exuberant
you,
said he cut. Exuberant said he encountered something when he was 5 years old. Earlier.
yeah,
The kukui. The kukui really truly exists. That's what it's called, the kukui.
Mhm.
The
They're,
breathing.
a they're a trio que van siempre juntos, primo. Es el cucuy, el chamuco, and la llorona. They always travel together. They're a trio. Yeah, Jaime Alanis, everything I've said about Raymondville is true. Everybody and their grandmother is a witch, man. And as soon as you cross into the city limits, you will feel a weight on your shoulders and an ominous feeling, man. I'm not lying. It's my hometown, but I don't. I can't live there.
There's a lot of things there, a lot of crooked stuff,
Una tercia.
drug affiliations, all kinds of things, man.
Everybody's waiting for
Well, I don't.
the kickback.
We still got 30 viewers strong, cousin.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
I try to
feeling
keep it going for
entertained?
you. Try to keep it going for you. We're like 3 minutes away from 2 hours.
Oh wow! I spent 30 minutes into the burger. I'm just playing.
It was a big
Trying to eat
burger.
it as fast as I could.
Don't
But
wolf it
actually,
down.
there's a different burger place here in Temple that I go to. The burger is almost double the size as the Whataburger. Huge.
There's a couple of places here, man, where the burgers are like really huge, man. They make a water burger look small.
Yeah, yeah. In Fort Worth.
Hmm. There's one in Lake Worth that's called Jack's Burger, and it's a pretty big burger, man.
Oh, by the way, I did find the picture. I'm gonna send it to me, and so I can share the picture because I heard something. It was that day that found the dead chickens with the heads cut off, and I heard something behind me, and I snapped a picture, and I caught something in the picture. So I'm gonna send that, and so we can view it.
Oh, that's wow. I remember you told me about that, Cynthia. Well, according to what happens, what's been said on the show, they would wind up at Abe's house and get hit with rocks.
Yeah, I wouldn't play around with them, man. Take care of business.
I
Okay,
tried to keep it going. I try to keep it going, Joe. Y'all are all still here, so I guess I did pretty good. My first time going solo.
yeah, you're doing a good job, cousin. You could always start your own little channel, cousin.
Oh
I
no,
know
man. I,
you've
I,
been
I view
doing
this. I view this channel as a clubhouse that I get the privilege of coming to and talking to
okay.
all these viewers here. I'm not much one for talking, primo. I'm a
Yeah,
very shy little man that keeps to himself. Cynthia doesn't believe me when I tell her that I'm a shy person, man, but I am.
all right. I think like let me share the screen so we can get to this picture. I don't know how big it is there in your screen. Let me go look.
What are, what are we looking at?
Let me see if I can make it bigger through here. It's as big as it's gonna get, man. Ah,
Yeah, it's
but that
exuberance.
that's the picture. That's the picture, man. Check it out. Check it out.
I see it right there. I already see it. I see the ears and everything. Yeah,
That's pretty big,
exuberance.
ain't it?
Yeah, we're like a dynamic duo. Yes, exuberance. I'm a Morocco mole to his secret squirrel. That looks like a
Uh,
kangaroo table.
this is in Central Texas, bro. You know, there's no kangaroos.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can
but it's a
transform.
manifestation. It's a
They can.
manifestation. Let me get in there to where it's at so I can. Oops. I want to see if I can make it bigger. No, I can't make it bigger. It won't. It
It's
won't let
about
me
as big as
here.
it's gonna get.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show y'all here. This is where it's standing, y'all.
You can see that big ass thing right there. How you not gonna see it? Look at the ears on that thing.
There's the ears. There's the face. It's running. It was running.
Uh huh. It's got ears like my brother Joe.
Look at the ears on this sucker, man. Is either
Yeah,
ears or horns? One of the two.
those are ears, man. Horns would be more in the middle of the head, primo.
Yeah, and there's no no now, man.
No.
I'm thinking that's the dog man from that area or the DDN, the light brown one that I told you all about. That I seen one that was brown at nighttime, but I think this is the one that's during the day, but they move very rapid, very fast. Because I heard movement, right? So by the time I snapped the picture, this is what I caught on the picture when I took it. Because I was sensing that there was something there standing there. I couldn't see it visually, but I snapped the picture and that's what I caught. I think I have a different color to it. There we go. I don't know which one looks better, but this is the original right here. See how it's here.
I see
No, I
it.
just gave it a little bit of color. Oh,
Oh
not that one.
damn.
That's uh-oh. It's the succubus. Oh shit. Let me get out of
It's a
here.
it's a succubus
It's
succubus. He's looking for Smurfy.
the huggiest succubus is looking for Smurfy. Oh no, shit. Let me get out of here. He's saying, "Oh, Smurfy,
He's saying, "I want to
get
tip a Smurf."
into the oven." There we go. Of course, you can see the trees here. Uh, there's the original picture. Then I just gave it a little bit of color. But the original picture looks bigger, no? Cause
Yeah.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna crop. I'm gonna crop it so we can take a closer look at it.
Yeah, that would be good, man. I'd like to be able to see it, man. I want to see if those are horns or that's my brother Joe in disguise. So you feeling a little bit better, Cynthia? I hope you are.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I send it to me. Oh,
Oh, he's back.
second.
He says, I want some overbuilt now.
How about there?
Yeah, you can see it better. He's got really skinny legs, man.
But there's the face right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
Those
the
are,
nozzle, eye. Seems
those
to be
definitely,
like the ears. The
yeah,
ears right here.
those are definitely not horns. Those are ears.
Ears. He's looking at me, man, like, oh shit, he see me. But
He's saying,
a little bit more involved in this picture than this, but I just wanted to share this with you that it was seer. But
Yeah,
you
it's
say it
huge,
looked like a
man.
kangaroo.
Yeah, it looks to me it looks like a kangaroo because of the ears.
But that's some pretty big ears, no?
Yeah.
Do you think that possibly could be maybe a shapeshifter skinwalker?
Yeah, it could be a shapeshifter skinwalker. It could also be a were kangaroo.
Where kangaroo?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't do any exercises on his legs, Joel. That's why his legs are skinny. It just works on upper body.
So what is everybody saying about this photo? Let me go over here, check it out.
Huber says
I'm
that
just
it's intriguing. Oh, he's talking to Cynthia.
Sister Cynthia wants a Whataburger now.
She knows she can't eat no meat.
I don't think I have ever shared this picture, man.
No, that's the first time I've seen it.
Brothers and sisters, I was so upset when people targeted me and I lost all my photos and everything that I had because I had a lot of evidence, but I could only save a certain amount of photos when they totally deleted me off of Facebook. But I lost a lot of good evidence that I had, man,
I'll
which
move
means
to
I'm
a
gonna have to
San Haiti.
go back to the area to do some more investigation to capture more images or videos. How tall do you think that is, cuz?
I'm thinking that's a good 10 or 11 feet tall, cousin, is what I'm thinking. But it's got some skinny ass legs, man. I would kick at his kneecap to bring him down, is what I would do. Carl's
That's what I'm
Jr. is
saying.
the bomb, Hyman. I would take him out at the knees, Primo. His knees are real skinny.
There's somebody over Bill's is bloody creepy. See, I'm catching up to the comments. He said, Joe said he's so hungry he'll eat the kangaroo. Yeah, I was showing you, man, the pictures, and this is during the day when I capture. I'm just underneath the tree. That's why it looks dark underneath there, but you could see the light from beyond that location. It's from a video, and I think I might have lost the video when they permanently deleted my Facebook. But I'll search if I can find the video where I'm actually underneath this tree doing the video. This is a screenshot off that video. I'll have to
Yeah,
go look into the archives of spiritual encrypted encounters to see if I can find the video so we can debunk it even further.
hey, Joel. It's tall but bloody skinny, and I think I can take it. Oh, that's cool, Cynthia. You got some bison? I ain't never had bison. Pura vaca muerta.
I'm thinking it could be possibly the skinwalker, man, that lives in that area.
Could be.
It's pro it's probably the one that cut the head of the chicken of the little roosters.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's so skinny. Look at those skinny ass legs, man.
Right
Bet
here.
you it can't run very fast.
Look at the upper body.
Yeah, it only works on the upper body.
Somebody said it's an evil. Runner said it's an evil goat creature.
Sounds delicious, Jaime. I ain't had one of those in a long time.
Somebody said it's called a bloody skinny.
Yeah, I think I could take it. I'll challenge it to mutual combat.
No, this is a tree that's there, and that's skinny. So yeah, that's probably I don't know.
I wouldn't know, Cynthia. I've never had bison.
Let me see if I can find another picture for y'all. Not of the hugibus, the hugibus succubus. Let's see. He wants to do another cameo real quick. Uh, let me see. Uh, Today we got a special guest for y'all, brothers and sisters. His name is the hugibus succubus. How you doing, the hugibus succubus?
He's like, I want Smurfy and Ridge Runner at the same time. Get me.
What happened to your forehead, hugibus succubus? Uh, we're trying to type out and rebuke the succubus out of you, man.
I don't know, man. I just seen his forehead. It looks like Smurfy teabagged him.
Oh man. All right, let me stop sharing this.
Yeah, I've never had bison. Have you ever had any bison meat, Primo?
Yeah,
I never had bison. Never.
bison. Yeah, bison. I've had the nail guy. Oh, we got a special guest here tonight. You already know. You already know who it is. There you go. Here,
Rebel, rebel. Hey, rebel guy.
here. Grab it.
It's snack
Took
time.
off. He took
He's
off.
mad. He's mad because he didn't give him any water burger, man.
Yeah, I did it. Sorry, you don't get no treats when there's Whataburger.
That's why he's holding the tree, Joel, because the legs are so skinny it can't support its weight. He's got the legs of a crack freak.
Really? What do you want, man?
He
Here,
wants
come
more
get.
teeth, man. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen, we come to the segment in the show where Rebel takes advantage of Primo and gets all the treats.
that's what he does. He like getting snagging the treats, brothers and sisters. Damn, man, you just finished it. You came back. One more, that's
Yeah,
it.
I don't
We
have
gotta
to
skip the other one.
eat any meat like that, man. I get flashbacks of when they killed Billy. You got a lot of trauma, cousin. A lot of trauma, man. Remember they killed Billy, man, and he used to let me ride on his back and everything, and then I
Really?
went into I heard him bleeding in the garage, and I opened the garage door just in time to see my grandfather slit his throat, man. Yeah, he's very polite, exuberance. Y'all sell bison where you work, Ridge Runner? Awesome.
Look it
Yeah,
up.
he knows that when Abe is on the
Runner.
lab, he can get all those treats.
Yeah, bison is good, man. Bison meat.
Yeah, I never had any, man. Pura vaca muerta.
Neil got, I think bison was a bison steak one day, man. It was pretty good.
Your dog kicked you out of your bed, Joel?
When you're talking about kangaroo, eating kangaroo, are y'all talking about Jack in the Box? Who was the store that got accused of selling kangaroo meat? Or was it horse meat, mule meat?
I don't know, man. I can tell you that McDonald's is being accused of selling human meat. Yeah, man. We got Angelo's. We got the something like a train track, and we got what's the name of this place? Risky's Barbecue, man. As a matter of fact, Jaime Ananis, in that show, Walker Texas Ranger, that place that they would always meet to eat with that old man, that's Risky's. The railhead is the one I was trying to tell you. That like the train thing. It's called a railhead. Angelo's and Risky's. There's another one called Cooper's, but I don't like it.
Hooters?
Fuddruckers.
Well, Fuddruckers.
So yeah, those are the three main barbecue places, Jaime. But if you want a real steak, man, a big steak, there's only one place to go here in Fort Worth. That's in Cowtown. It's called Cattleman Steak Club. You want a good steak, man? Go to Cattleman Steakhouse. That's in the tourist trap
Right back there.
section of town. The steak is so good it'll pull your soul out, brother. Yeah, they're putting human food in everything, human meat and everything, Lawrence, because there's no way with all of the population on Earth that they can raise as many cattle and stuff like that that's needed to feed everyone. Yeah, that's a good one, Smurfy. Yes, Morgan. But you know, it's in Cowtown here in the north side of Fort Worth. I tell you what, I've lived in Fort Worth all my life, and I've only gone to Cattleman once. Texas, Laramie, welcome, brother. What's going on? Yeah. So somebody's been jacking up the meat, huh? Well, you know, the government does not control Fort Worth, people. I'm doing good, Laramie. The people that control Fort Worth are the Bass Brothers. The government does not control Fort Worth. Fort Worth is only controlled by the Bass Brothers. Yes, it's delicious. I've also been to his other restaurant called I keep forgetting the name. All of a sudden I can't remember the name. It's named after his wife. Just can't remember the name right now. I don't know, Learning. It's called Esperanzas. That's other sister restaurant to Joe T. Garcia's is Esperanzas. God, man. Yo, you still talking about the Huggybus Succubus singing the Sesame Street song? Damn it. Having trouble holding on to my thing. Well, there's also another Mexican restaurant here in Fort Worth, Morgan, that's also in Cowtown. It's called Los Vaqueros. And El Mercado Monterrey. Hmm. I guess that burger backed up on my cousin. I got a burger the other day, Exuberance. The place where I go that they make it. Uh, put two patties in it, man. It took me 2 days to eat it. I would like to try bison. What is that, Exuberance? Los Vaqueros? Los Vaqueros? Oh man, he just had a water burger, Lerny. I think he had to go drop off the water burger. He had to go drop the chalupa. I don't know, man. I hate getting a burger with jalapenos in it, man. Sometimes I don't care for it. I mean, it's so good every now and then, just like I don't get avocado on my burger. Why would I want a California burger? Texas, man. Yeah, it's in the historic Fort Worth Cowtown. Apparently, learn. I'm gonna have to find a place here that sells bison burgers. Yeah, I have never tried it, Morgan. Never tried it. You gonna have all that for breakfast, Joel? You're probably gonna have to do what Abe's doing now. Yeah, man, I tried that sourdough bread, man. I don't like it, man. It tastes weird. I would have homemade flour tortillas, exuberance. Well, it depends on if you're getting real avocados or fake mole. That's what they sell at Chipotle, man. I call it fake mole because it comes in a bucket. Oh no, man. I gotta have my flour tortillas in the morning, man. Doesn't matter what I'm eating, I gotta have flour tortillas. I've cut back from the six I used to eat to just like two or three. I'm working on it. Somebody told me to eat the wheat tortillas, and I told them that those aren't tortillas; those are lies. Gotta have lemon juice exuberance so that it doesn't turn brown right away. Oh wow, that's weird, Lawrence. Do you put salt and pepper and stuff on it? You don't like a guacamole? You know, you gotta have the three trinities, man: chile, tomate, and cebolla. And your avocado, and your guacamole. I remember I had a friend that asked my dad how he got his guacamole so green, and my dad told him that he used frog legs. That dude spit his bite of guacamole out. I know, Jaime. The last time I tried to make flour tortillas, man, they looked like all 50 states. Joe, thank you for letting me know, Cynthia. I do not like them, Sam. I am. Don't like them on a bus. I don't like to make a fuss. I won't eat them on a train. I won't eat them in the rain. Yeah, I'm almost out of power here. I'm about to call search and rescue SEAL Team 6, Lawrence. We need a scuba diver. Lord. Send the chopper. Yeah, that's why I try not to go do that when I'm on live because it takes a while. I mean, he's bombing the Taribo man. 30 taquitos. Wow, you got a huge appetite, Lawrence. So, anything that's been said on this show, does anybody have any questions? I make some killer beans and chorizo, Cynthia. Smurfy.
Okay,
There
man.
you go. We're about to
I'm
send
playing the
a.
maquinita. I was playing the
We're,
maquinita, man. I was seeing your conversations. I was
we're
sitting on
about
the
to see.
couch.
We were about to send in Team 6, Team 6, calling Navy for a diver. So, did you win?
No,
Yeah.
trying to catch up to the comments.
Yeah. Let me. Here he is.
There we go. I'm back, yo. Yeah, I wasn't sitting on the couch playing for this jackpot, but no luck this time. It was for a minor,
Yeah.
$117.
I know how to make homemade beans, Cynthia. And then when they're done, I fry them up with some chorizo. And, ooh, girl. I'm not going to check his hands, Smurfy. You check his hands. He just told you he wasn't in the bathroom. He was playing a, a game, with slots, I
Yeah, I was
guess.
playing a game online. Sorry, guys. I was just hearing the conversation. Uh, y'all having a good old time over here with cousin Jesse. Saying he's running out of battery power, so I said, "Let me go before he runs out of battery power."
I got 16% left, cousin.
How much?
16, 15
Yeah,
now.
you gotta
My
keep
message.
a quarter standby.
I'm
You
using the
take
cord to
battery out.
power the. I'm using the cord to power the lamp that I had to bring in here to get more light in here, man.
Oh man,
As a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm making tomorrow morning, Cynthia. Oh no, I won't even be here. I'll be in Waco tomorrow morning. Don't be threatening me with a good time, Josephine. Don't tell me you make good homemade tortillas, because I'm gonna have to go find out. I'll travel for tortillas with butter.
How long we've been live? 2 hours and 36 minutes.
2 hours and
You've been
36
doing a good
minutes.
job, cuz tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to make up for most of the time when I just sit here and just agree. Yeah, I can't put no cayenne pepper and no beans and chorizo that would just ruin the flavor, Lawrence.
I didn't know it was going that long. It was like somebody said 8 fell in.
That's why I said we gotta get SEAL Team 6. Bring a scuba diver.
Somebody said he's exercising a demon. What the hell? Oh man. I was just sitting on the couch listening to the combo, man. I said, let me sit down on the couch, let cousin Jesse speak. That's so he could sound, so I can see myself as a viewer to see, how the conversation goes there. The talk. I was just laughing my ass off.
Did I do good, cousin? Because this is like
Queso,
the first day I've
chorizo in
actually
and chorizo out.
yeah, do cousin. This is like actually the first day I ever go solo like that, man.
It's good, man.
Usually the people that don't have any taste in their mouth are minors, Lawrence. Yeah, I know, Jaime. She comes over here to Texas. She gonna gain weight. Jesse
Oh man,
cooks. Jesse cooks. Murphy Abe was trying to get the last bit out of a tube of toothpaste. Eh,
hey,
Prima Josephine is hungry now, thanks to your Waterburger thing, cousin.
yeah, Whataburger is good, man. I was gonna get me a milkshake, but I am supposed to be drinking a milkshakes with being diabetic and all.
I can't drink anything that's got dairy in it or eat it, man, because I'm lactose intolerant. I will clear a room.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I can't have any dairy, man.
I'm gonna go look into the R size over here, see what I can find for the viewers real quick.
Well,
But
coming, cousin, I'm gonna have to go, man. I got like 12% now.
for cousin Jesse disappears on us. You got 4%?
12. Yeah, man. Don't even have to use that ninja magic, primo.
Oh man. I was gonna try to find something for the audience here so I can check it out.
I'll hold on as long as I can, cousin.
No, but you have to go, cousin.
I'll stop
Like
at 5%. You know what I just got a memory of, cousin? You remember what used to happen to you when you used to eat bananas?
what happened, cousin?
You could clear out a room, primo, after you ate a banana. You'd make everybody run out of the house. I do, Smurfy. Every restaurant that I frequent knows that when I come in, they gotta put an extra order of tortillas in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that ninja magic, cousin.
All right, cousin.
Ninja magic. People, may God protect y'all while you sleep, and may your day be filled with blessings when you wake up tomorrow morning. Enjoy your Saturdays.
All right, cousin.
Signing out.
Yeah, my,
I'll probably be in the chat, man. When I get in the other in my room, I can use my phone to get in the chat.
all right, cousin.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
Cynthia.
Bye. All you got to do is have it plugged on standby and hook it up. Keep it charging. Yeah, I was gonna share this footage right now, something with y'all. Something that I caught from the woods that I go investigate. Uh, quick. It's pretty big. I think it's more than one. That's the original picture of the distance of where it's at as I was walking on the path. But it's here and here. And I'm gonna wait for it to get closer so I could stop the footage. There you go. Exhibit A and Exhibit B. Now this one here looks like a dragon of some sort. Looks freaked out. And Exhibit B. Now this one looks demonic, like a dragon of some sort, face. And this looks like a lycanthrope, like a werewolf. And they're side by side. There's two of them. One here, one there. I'm gonna leave it there so y'all can check it out. Go back to y'all. See what y'all think about that image of it. So that's a photo I wanted to share with y'all that I caught in the woods. It is getting cold here in Texas. I could feel the coldness here tonight. I'm leaving that up to see what y'all think about that photo right there. It's snowing over there, eh? Yeah. Well, I just don't see and take the pics. I'm sensing what's around me. If I'm here something, if I sense something beside me that it triggers my senses, that it lets me know there's something uh from the other side of the balance near me. I'm normally doing it live. I record, right? I'm recording, so I'll try to angle the camera to go here so y'all can see. I'll try to angle the camera to where I'm making the video, where I'm sensing something. So I'll angle the camera. If I face it forward, I'll move the camera so y'all can see what's ahead of me. If I'm sensing something, or if I'm sensing something towards me or behind me, I'll angle the camera towards me and try to move the camera around to see if I capture something. So when I go and debunk the footage, it's when I find all these things that are in the video that I capture because of the activity that is hot and heavy. So that's why I take screenshots, make short reels of parts of the video where I capture things. I had a couple of videos here on on spiritual encrypted encounters on YouTube, uh, where there's disembodied voices saying something to me, and I was able to make short reels of them, things that they're saying to me, which a lot of times they be cussing at me. They don't like me. They'll tell me to leave. And one of them, they say, "Let's get them now." Like they wanted to ambush me. They say the disembodied voices are saying, "Let's get them now." You know. So yeah, it's when I hear that kind of stuff, it's like, whoa. Luckily, I went into prayer because I go with the flow of things. But yeah, I capture a lot of things. Sometimes I see the things that I don't capture with the camera. I see it with my eyes, where I've seen movement with my eyes. It's just that they're moving spiritually, right? As in spirit form, that they're moving very rapidly. So by the time I angle the camera to try to capture what I'm seeing moving, it's too late because it moves so fast. Okay, stop sharing that one. See what else I can find for y'all. I think I have a cool video of a shadow passing right in front of me in the path of Elms Grove. Let me see if I can find it. The shadow passes right in front of me in the path. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Here's a video of it. This is in slow motion. See if you can see it on slow motion. If not, I'll play the regular video of it. There it is. Passes right in front of me. There it is. Boom. It comes from the left side a little bit. Let's see. It's a shadow right here. It's gonna pass this ways. He's standing right here. It already might have passed. Let's see. It's gonna pass right in the moment. There you go. Boom. It passed right in front of me. This is the area of the path of Elms Grove. It's open space where I was backed up against the creek. I'll run it for a little bit just like that. I'm thinking about sharing the other video. Uh, yeah, they do. Good night, Sister Cynthia. Sorry to hear that, Brother Lawrence. But it's saying that we're gonna hit the 3 hour mark. Uh, sorry I wasn't on the show too much, and I was on and off. Thank you, cousin Jesse, for picking up the slack today. Like I said, normally Fridays has been kind of slow for us, where we don't have that much viewing on Fridays because it's a holiday, so everybody's probably busy. Let me see if I can end the show with showing you a picture or something. Just trying to think what picture I want to show you. See, we're almost gonna hit the 3 hour mark. Hmm. Yeah, I feel the cold where I'm at making the video right now, brothers and sisters. It's getting cold here in Texas. You know the effects when you're cold that your hair stand up because it's cold. Well, that's what happens when you make spiritual contact with the DDN or something of the unseen from the different realm is you'll have the same uh, side effects where you get the goosebumps, uh, rising on your hairs. Sometimes your stomach or flip on you because you're sensing something not good around you. That's when you go into prayer. In this house, no, not as bad as if it was in Elms Grove, but sometimes I do have activity at nighttime, especially in my bedroom. Like I say, sometimes I hear a woman saying something, whispering something, or feel the presence of a woman, or hear like a woman crying sometimes, that kind of activity. But besides that, those times, not really as in anything happening in here inside the house because I keep the home protected. Uh, it's when I step out of the house when activity picks up even more, right? Because they see our spirits, like a beacon of light. They know what path we're on. So their job is to try to make people stumble, uh, try to keep people bonded so they can awaken spiritually. So that's why uh, it becomes a spiritual battle. It sure is getting nippy in here. I have to go turn on the heater a little bit lower. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, something I'm going to end the show. We're fixing to hit the 3 hour mark. Is there any questions for me before we go? Once I get the chance to do more things, brothers and sisters, maybe more investigations, possibly go to different areas to investigate, see if I capture anything spiritually. I want to go to different areas, like out of the open, just regular areas that I never been before, and just make a video just to see if anything surfaces up. But I believe that they're surfacing up everywhere nowadays. It's not just in certain locations. It's everywhere around the world that they've been surfacing up. I'm talking about the DDN. They're coming out because there's a lot of people with spiritual openings. Let me look see if I got something here to share with you all. Uh, you're welcome, Brother Exuberance. Thank you all for those that tuned in and staying in to the end. In saying that, everybody have a beautiful, blessed evening. God bless every single one of y'all. Love and light and blessings to your family. And thank you all for tuning into Spiritual and Cryptic Encounters. Now that we're actually on 3 platforms right now, I need to get busy and try to place the group or Spiritual and Cryptic Encounters on other platforms. All right, brother. Sounds good. In saying that, good night, everybody. Everybody have a blessed evening. Peace out from Spiritual and Cryptic Encounters. Brother Cias and Soren Cias. Good night, everybody.